Jersey numbers are out. I know it's not the big sexy thing that we were all waiting for, but hey, we could take what we get. It's going to start getting real quiet real soon. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, finally, the Dolphin players have chosen their jerseys. Some have even changed their jersey numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the new numbers, the rules with the numbers, and all that good stuff. And then we get to one of your guys' comments of the day. So let's jump into essentially what the new rule is, right? Because back in the day, certain players couldn't have certain numbers, right? Running backs were like the 20s to, I think it was like the 40s, and then same with the fullbacks. Wide receivers, it was like the teens, and then the 80s, and there were certain rules on essentially what number you could play at certain positions. They changed that, right? So here's the list. I'll pop it up so you can read along with me. Quarterbacks 1 to 19. New rule: running backs, they could be 1 to 49 or 80 to 89. That's weird. That's going to be real. Like the 1 to 49, fine, because it used to be, I think, 20 to 49. That's fine. Like, you're going to have like running back number 2, which I'm fine with. But seeing like a running back with like 86, that's going to be weird. Wide receivers 1 to 49. There used to be like the teens, and then, like I said, 80s. So seeing them being able to like rock a 2 or a 6 or an 8, which we'll get to, that's going to be weird. Same thing with tight ends, 1 to 49, 80 to 90. Offensive lineman 50 to 79, that never changed. Defensive line 50 to 79 and 90 to 99, that never really changed. Linebackers 1 to 59, that's a very big change. They can rock, and we'll talk about it because you guys, if you follow me on Twitter, go follow me on Twitter. You'll see that there's one of our draft picks is rocking 15. So he's not a defensive end. He's going to be an outside linebacker for us. That's what he's going to be under. And 90 to 99. But that 1 to 59 is weird. And then defensive backs 1 to 49. So we're going to have some single-digit DBs out there. That's going to be crazy. And then kickers and punters is the same, 1 to 19. So that rule change is weird. And then Kevin Scheifert came out and said, per NFL rules, if a player wants to change his number this season, he would have to buy out the existing inventory of jersey distributors. If he wants to give notice and change to change it for next season, there will be no requirement to buy out the inventory. So if certain players want to change this year, they need to buy out whatever inventory they have of their jersey and their old number. And we will talk about that because we are going to jump into jersey numbers. I got a list. I'll pop the list up on one side or the other. It's very long. A lot of people changed their jersey numbers. And some got their jerseys, right? First on the list, Albert Wilson isn't 15 anymore. He's number 2. So he needs to pay whatever stock they have of 15 Albert Wilson jerseys. He needs to pay for those because he changed to number 2. Will Fuller is wearing 3. It's going to be weird seeing these receivers with single digits. I'm telling you, Reed Sinnett, who's the backup quarterback. Again, starting Monday, I'm going to be doing the breakdown of the position battles. 4, Michael Pilardi. 5. I'm not going to run down all of these, but just the interesting ones, right? Like Lynn Bowden Jr., he was rocking 15. He's now 6. Alan Hearns, I think, was like 18. I don't remember. He's 8. So like Alan Hearns, he might have to pay. I don't think Lynn Bowden Jr. had a stock of jerseys, so I don't think he needs to pay. Noah Igbenogany is now 9. Here it is. Jalen Phillips, our second first-round pick, is 15. It's going to be weird seeing a pass rusher at 15. Again, I thought he was a DN, but again, him wearing a 15 means he's saying that he's a linebacker, so he's probably an outside linebacker in the 3-4 set. Rob Foster, who we brought in, is 16. Jalen Waddle, college number 17. Javon Holland, safety, is 22. That's not out of the norm. Jared Dokes, 23. Jordan Scarlett, 28. These aren't out of the norm. Jason McCourty, 30. Malcolm Brown, rocking his 34. I know that, we don't need to retire Ricky's 34. It's not, but it's always weird seeing somebody else wear 34. Linebacker we brought in, Terrell Bounds, wearing 35. Blake Ferguson, he's changed his to 44. Duke Riley, 45. Benardrick McKinney, who he traded for, 52. Landon Roberts, 50. Landon Roberts, 52. Brendan Scarlett, 57. And then Matt Skura, 62. You can read it. I'm not going to go run down them, but none of these is different, right? They're all rocking their numbers. The offensive linemen are in the 70s, tight ends are in the 80s, Kyle Loxley, 87. They're all in the weird ones. It's Albert Wilson, 2, Will Fuller, 3, Lynn Bowden Jr., 2, Alan Hearns, 8, and Jalen Phillips, 15. Those are different. I don't think there's an 18, though. I don't think there's an 18 on the team. There is now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's when I go to games, who's 18? That's DDW. It's me. Come run up, say, hey, what's up? Whatever. But yeah, it's going to be weird seeing that. Seeing the Albert Wilson rocking the 2, Will Fuller, 3. I'm wondering who else is going to change their jerseys. Comment below if you know anybody else that changed their jersey number. I know Jalen Ramsey was sent out a tweet saying like, oh, I'm going to change my jersey number. But I thought I'd come on here, talk about the new jersey numbers, make a video for you. Like I said in that intro, it's going to get dead, right? Wednesday, we have the schedules coming out on the 12th. Coming out at 8 p.m. Throughout the day, they will be leaking. Well, here's all the Monday night games. Here's all the Sunday night games. Here's all the Thursday night games. They're going to start leaking on Twitter and everywhere, little by little. And I know you guys are going to tag me in it. I greatly appreciate it. Just know I will be dark all day on Wednesday, the 12th, because when I make the schedule video, I want to jump into that Mamma Jamma fresh eyes. Jumping right into it, not seeing anything, and you get my instant reaction. I'm going to use the webcam. I'm going to do some cool things on that. So jumping right into it. So I'm going to go dark on Wednesday. But comment below. What do you think about these jersey numbers? What do you think about the new rule change? About having to pay if you want to change unless you want to do it for next season? About seeing all these different positions in these weird numbers? Like Jalen Phillips wearing 15. Comment below, and I'm going to get to one of your guys' comments of the day. Now, this comment comes from Armstrong Victor, and he says, comment of the day, what do we do with Jakeem Grant? Do we keep him, release him, trade him for a running back? There's a lot of, with Bobby McCain being released and then his cap space savings, I think it was around like $5 million. They would have made it June 1st. It would have been a little more, like $6.4 million. The thought process is, you're going to start hearing people say, well, they're doing this for this reason. They're doing that for this reason, yada, 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 yada. Everyone's going to have their speculations. I think Jakeem Grant's going to make it to camp, and I think they will try him out. I think that's, you'll be surprised how many tight ends, wide receivers, linebackers, offensive linemen, how many of, sometimes some teams will have 4 quarterbacks. Which sucks because the 4th one rarely ever gets any snaps because of how the rotation is and everything. But you carry a lot because you want a big camp battle. You want a big, you want to be able to run as many plays as time and give the quarterback as many reps. So you don't want to tire out your wide receivers. You want this big rotation of tight ends and wide receivers. Get them in there. We want to see Tua doing 20 snaps, and then we want to see Brissett doing 20 snaps and that, but we don't want to. See what I'm saying? So if Jakeem Grant is cut or released or traded, it'll probably happen in the midst of training camp or preseason. Again, there's 3 preseason games this year, 17 regular season games. It's going to be interesting when that schedule comes out on Wednesday. But it sucks. If Jakeem Grant had better hands, Jakeem Grant has the heart that I love in a football player. Jakeem Grant has the speed. He doesn't play to his size. He plays much taller than he actually is. And I'd love to keep Jakeem Grant, but it's like his use is becoming more and more obsolete on this team with Waddle and his ridiculous speed, Will Fuller and his ridiculous speed. It's like, all right, well, what about Jakeem Grant? Well, Waddle is probably a little bit faster, if not the same speed, and has fantastic hands. So it's like, do you really need Jakeem Grant anymore? But like I said, I see it. I see him making it to camp. I see him playing in camp, and maybe an injury happens or something. But if he makes it throughout camp, he might be, he might be one of the cuts. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of the cuts to get us down to 53 man. I don't know if they're doing the COVID list anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think Albert Wilson will make the team. We have the top 4 that'll make the team. Then you have Alan Hearns. You have a bunch of guys. So I think he's the odd man out, especially with the amount of drops he had last season. But thank you so much, Armstrong, for the comment. I wasn't even planning on making a video tonight, but once they dropped those jersey numbers, I was like, well, flip flap and the flim flam. I'm going to hop on for a couple of minutes, make a quick video, and just talk to you guys about these jersey numbers. Monday, I'm going to be talking about the strength of schedule. I'm going to be talking about the cap space, where we're at now, where we're going to be next year, pending whatever. And then Wednesday, like I said, is the video for the schedule. And then Friday is the start of the camp battles. I'm starting with the quarterbacks. And I know we don't have a camp battle, Doug, for quarterbacks. It's Tua starting and Brissett's the backup. Well, what if Sinnett becomes the backup? I'm doing every position, right? So don't get your panties in a twist. But I'll see you guys on Monday with the strength of schedule video. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do it every year, but I'm going to talk about that. Be sure to check out patchvibes.com. Fantastic site. Use their promo code DDW. You get yourself 20% off. Ton of great merch, from patches to pins to t-shirts. Also, check out Miami Sports Music. Fantastic site that I'm a part of, that TD's a part of, and Wade and all these really cool guys. So be sure to go over, check that out. Other than that, I will see you guys on Monday, unless news breaks. If the Dolphins sign Malik Hooker, if the Dolphins make a big trade for a running back, with the Jags or whatever, I will make a video. But other than that, you're not going to hear from me till Monday, unless you're on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time. You want to talk to me? Follow me on Twitter or in the community. Hit me up. Email me. Whatever. But other than that, guys, I'll see you on Monday. Like usual, stay classy. My fans up.